F5. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? If somebody can hear me, just let me know. You can hear me? Okay, good. All right. I thought because on mine it's fine. It's saying that, oh, now it's back to 23 seconds. Wow, that is so weird. I don't know what's going on, guys. I do not know what's going on. All right, I'm back live again. That is so strange. So very strange. I don't get it. YouTube, why do you hate me? Just unbelievable. So, yeah, because now it's saying it's 53 seconds right now. So I don't know what happened. I was talking and all of a sudden it was, yeah, JJ, I guess not. You know, it's amazing to me, and this is what's amazing to me. If certain topics they don't want you to talk about, and if you do, bam, you're all of a sudden you're going to have internet problems. There's going to be issues. I think that's really, really interesting. Yeah, because I'm telling the truth. Exactly. Yeah, I know we were like 440 people, and all of a sudden, bam, they hammered us. So, hey, South Australia, very cool. Welcome, God. What time is it there? I wonder what time it is there. Yeah, we've become China. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Stop. Cat scratching himself. Oh, the rustic. Thank you very much. Fourthborn Woodworking said, he goes, hey, he had 3 coats in the cedar and brown. Love the rustic look. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. It absolutely came out awesome. Really, really pleased. Now, I got to tell you what, guys. Fall is my favorite time of year. Absolutely, bar none. I love the fall. And with the leaves starting to change here and it being cooler and the look of the house now, it's just like, I'm like, man, this is awesome. And I got to say, you know, first off, big shout out to my mom for being there with me and helping me with this project. You know, I'll tell you what, 76 years old, boy, put a paintbrush in her hand and she is in heaven. She absolutely loves it, you know. But thought I was having an earthquake there for a moment. Yeah, he's back to sleep now. He just had to have himself a little scratch. But yeah, I love the way it came out, and I'm really, really pleased. And like I said, my mom was awesome. And again, I know I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Everybody that donated for the stain for the house, I do appreciate that. That made a big difference that we were able to get that project done. So thank you, everybody that did that. And it was very, very difficult for me to ask. And anybody that's been watching my channel for any length of time knows I have never asked for anything, ever. And so that was the first time I did ask for help. And a lot of people stepped up, and it's very, very appreciated. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I got to let a cat out. Two cats. Hey, Vincent Koch, how you doing? So I'm back, guys. I'm sorry. YouTube continues to play games. What happened to freedom of speech? Also, I started a food cache. Good, man. That's awesome, Vincent. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, that's the thing. The whole thing is, you know, for me, if you don't like what somebody has to say, you change the channel. You do something different. Oh, here we go. Hey, bub. Got to put Max in her clothes. Okay. It's close enough. Poor Max. He's like, what just happened? So, but, and he's not happy. Stop, Max, stop, lay down. So, anyway, Zoom cat, exactly. And he had gone back to sleep, the cat had, but now, that's what Eddie does. So, anyway, blizzard conditions expected in the Midwest. That should be interesting. Yeah, that's pretty wild. For all that horrible global warming. You know, here's the funny thing is, I was watching a video, and they were talking to the whole global warming, and look at things are heating up, right? And they're showing the chart But the dates on the chart, and the guy was saying, now look, and I'm going to show you guys something. If you took this here, the average temperature, and you go back another 50 years, it's actually cooling down, which was amazing. So, but they depending on where they did the chart, it could show it for whatever their purpose is, to try to show you that things are getting hotter when they're not getting harder. They're not getting harder. So I always thought that was really, really interesting. So weird with blizzards out west. Here in the south, we are frying. Yeah, I know. I heard that they're like record heat down south. We have not had that here. I'll tell you right now, it has not been, which has been fine. I mean, this last 2 weeks, for what we did with the staining, the weather was absolutely perfect in my opinion. Low 70s, high 60s. It was perfect for doing what we were doing. And I'm really happy about that. 95 in Prosper, Texas. 90s in North Carolina. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely warm. But now they're going to get a blizzard out west. Isn't that nuts? The weather's just, that's just absolutely crazy. Maine is in 40s at night, and it's now 60s. Wow, yeah, I know the whole upper east part up here has been very, very cool. So. Anyone know a place to get rubber boots online? I have no idea. I'll tell you what. I bought my boots. I bought like they go up to like your knee. I got them at Tractor Supply. So if you go to Tractor Supply, they got the good waterproof boots there, and that's what I got. So several big hurricanes in the Atlantic right now. JJ's saying, yeah, I knew hurricane season wasn't done. There's no doubt, right in the middle of it. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of weird, the weather anomalies are weird. A lot of weird stuff going on. We are in a solar minimum. Oh, I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree. We're in a grand solar minimum. It's all, like I said, the weather goes in cycles. So, and a lot of it depends on what's going on with the sun. So, if the sun's in a cooling period, it's going to affect us here on Earth. We're going to go into a cooling period, and that's where we're headed right now. So, no one is talking about the Amazon anymore. Oh no, because they've moved on to the next whatever crisis with the little girl going up there with the UN and having. And I don't know if you guys watched the video. Okay, so she had her speech in front of her, and she was very dramatic and the whole thing like that. And then they had a conference later, and they had all those kids on that conference board, and they were asking her direct questions. She couldn't answer them. She didn't have the script now. She didn't have her script in front of her to tell her what to say. So she was like, why don't you ask somebody else on the panel? Well, if you have an opinion, because they were asking, do you think Trump should reply to what, your speech? She didn't know what to say because she hadn't been coached, taught what to say ahead of time. So there's just, again, they're always going to use children. Let's go back to something. And this is just, and I find this fascinating. We're going to go back to when Hitler was in charge and he was signing the legislations to take away the guns from everybody. And who was he surrounded by, guys? He was surrounded by children because, oh my God, we got to do this for the children. We're doing everything to save the kids and da-da-da-da-da. Well, we all seen how that turned out, okay? Same type of situation. We're being manipulated. There's games being played left, right, and center. And believe me, nothing is being done for your benefit. Nothing is being done for your benefit. Trust me on that. The more you give up, the more rights you give up, the more freedoms you give up, all they're going to do is take more and more and more. And then you will be completely controlled. Yeah, she is a setup. Absolutely. She was absolutely coached. It's all about trying to get more money for whatever they want to squeeze it for and stuff like that. All right, guys, we're at 90 thumbs up here. Let's see if we can jump this up now. We're at like 279 people in the chat. So let's, oh yeah, the poor kids, they're shills, right? They have no idea. They're being taught a certain thing. They believe it. So they're going by what, oh my God, the world is ending and this is horrible and blah, blah, blah. If you guys ever watched George Carlin, love George Carlin. He's obviously passed now. He did a skit on the whole global warming thing. And it was awesome. Species are dying off. They've been dying off forever. It happens. It's the cycle of life. Eventually, human beings will be extinct. Okay, it's going to happen. It's somewhere down a road, and it'll happen, and that'll be the end of it. We'll fizzle out. We'll be gone, and then something else will be the top dog on the planet. That's the reality of it. So it's a matter of time. And we're just trying to hasten that, I guess, with the way that we continue to poison our own planet and destroy our water and everything else. So it's crazy. And the thing is, the worst part is, like with the water and stuff like that, that's something that can be taken care of. It's absolutely something that can be taken care of, and they don't do it. Angie Green, aliens. What is that? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what context. 1 billion birds have gone extinct since the 1970s. It's sad. Well, there's there's all kinds of things going extinct, and it happens all the time. It's like if things didn't go extinct, then the dinosaurs would still be here. It's just the way it is. That is part of the cycle of life, and it happens. Okay, and what are you going to do? There's not a whole lot of control that you're going to have over that type of a situation. So, hey, Doug, what's going on? Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome. I haven't seen you and talked to you in a long time. I hope all's going well on your guys' end. I've seen some of your stuff that you're doing over there. It's going very well, looks like. And I love the root cellar, just so you know. I definitely want one here at some point down the road. David Hastings said it's because she's coached and insane. I don't think she's insane. I think she's very passionate. I believe that she's been manipulated, absolutely been manipulated, and she is very passionate because she believes what she's been told, Yeah, good to see you too, man. I'm glad you could stop in and join us for the chat tonight. A lot of craziness with these chats. We've had issues yesterday, and so that's why we're on here tonight doing a chat. So it's been absolutely crazy. Without the dinosaurs, there'd be no fossil fuels. Exactly. Belongs to Antifa along with her parents. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, you get everything, guys. Everything, like I said. Anything that you're seeing, it's always, remember this is important to remember too, a lot of distractions. So if we can distract you from this, that, and the other thing that we're doing over here, don't pay attention to that, pay attention to this, because this is what we want you to pay attention to. That happens a lot, okay? That happens a lot. So, look through the BS, because there's a lot of it out there. It took Adam at Marfugal 40 minutes to stream last night. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, like I said, I tried for what was about 23, 25 minutes last night. And finally, I was like, after the 8th time, I was like, I'll just come back on tonight. I just was like, that enough was enough. Absolutely enough was enough. But yeah, so it's just, what are you going to do? I mean, YouTube is in control of it, and we don't really have a choice. We have to play the game. And, and I don't understand why they won't let people make their own decisions, why YouTube continues to unsubscribe people to you. All right, I'm going to give you an example. Okay, right now, because the way they changed it, they do it in 100 increments now. So when you see a minus 100, it's not really minus 100. It's in that window, and the only place I see it is on their beta page. Okay, so but I had peaked out, and since I hit that peak out number, they manipulated things again because I was getting subscribers again and was starting to go back to normal, and I was picking up subscribers. And then all of a sudden I went back to negatives. And since that point where they changed it again, I have lost like 170 subscribers. Now you're going to lose some because some people are not going to agree with you. And I get that. That happens. Well, I was actually at 74.4. I peaked out at 74,495. Right now I'm at 73,000. and 26 is what the actual number is. So today I picked up like 4 subscribers today, because as of yesterday it was at 22. There's a lot of games going on. A lot of people are being unsubscribed. People are not being notified when I'm putting up videos. They're not being notified when I'm doing my live streams. And that's why I tell everybody, I post every day. Please pay attention to that. I do my live streams 3 days a week. I normally do, obviously, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, okay? Because of the issues yesterday, that's why that they are unsubscribing inactive users too. Well, they've unsubscribed a lot of people with that have been subscribers, because I've had people come on and tell me that. So, Robert Blakemore just said, go to my channel every day and check. Just make sure, because I'm posting every day. Every day I post, and I will be because this actually worked tonight. We got the first half an hour in the first part of it. Now we're getting the second half an hour in. But, I'll be back on tomorrow night for my next live stream. So 8 o'clock tomorrow night, please come back and check it out. We're going to do another show. And, Mr. Rose says, I was unsubscribed twice now. So there's an active user who I know is an active user, unsubscribed 2 times already. Why? You know what I mean? And it's this game. Why are they playing that game? Since they changed the algorithms, I was going along and I was picking up 100 plus subscribers a day. And a couple of months ago was when they started playing these games. And then all of a sudden I was in negative numbers, or I would pick up very few. And then I had another window for about a couple of weeks where they went back to normal and I was picking up subscribers again. And then boom, all of a sudden, and I went, guys, and I'm telling you, I went from 11, 12,000 views a day. All of a sudden I'm lucky to get 6,000 views a day. So, it's just this ridiculous game, and they're squeezing people, and they don't want people to put their opinions out there. They don't want, if it goes along with what they want, that mindset that they have, and if you're going along with that, then that's fine. But anybody's out there trying to give you a different alternative way to think, or think for yourself, heaven forbid that you should do that. You shouldn't think for yourself. That's when there's an issue, and that's when they have a problem. Well, or like somebody like myself who lives off grid, okay? I live an alternative lifestyle than what is normally acceptable, okay? But I'm trying to tell people that this is a great way to live. You reduce your stress, you reduce your bills, and, it's a much freer way to live, because I'm going to encourage people to grow their own food. Oh, my goodness, what a horrible thing. I'm going to encourage you to go off grid if you can, because then you have that independence and freedom. That's so terrible. How awful of me to tell you that this is a better way to live your life. Be more self-reliant. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to be prepared for any kind of disaster that's going to come down the pipe? I mean, you shouldn't do that. You should absolutely 100% rely on your government, because they're always going to be there for you, just like they were with Hurricane Katrina. So to me, guys, being prepared is a state of mind. Being as free as I possibly can be is a state of mind. And that's where I'm at. And I'm going to tell you what, since I made a lot of changes in my life, and anybody that has watched my channel for any length of time knows the whole thing of my history, what I've gone through, the decisions I made, that a lot of people would not make those same decisions, and that's fine. It's a personal choice. But I did what I felt was necessary at the time. And my life is way better since then. I got to spend so much more time with my children. Hey, Ed, isn't what YouTube is doing illegal? Yeah, absolutely it's illegal. It's censorship. Absolutely it's censorship. But they're in control, and there's nothing we can do about it. We have to bite the bullet, if you will, and just take it, and, I just go out here and I live my life. I try to share my life with you guys. I share my thoughts with you. A lot of times, and you guys know this, okay, I'm not telling you, believe what I say and that's it. I don't ever tell you that. What I tell you guys is think for yourselves. If I share information with you, I encourage you to do the research, make your own decisions on the information that I'm giving you. Look at things And don't just take it for face value what they're saying. The government wants to control all. That's why we have the stupid box. Yeah, the TV. Exactly. They want to control everything. They want to control every aspect of your life. They want to control everything that you're doing. And that's absolutely true. So they don't want anyone thinking for themselves. No, they don't. You're absolutely right, Mary Smith. They don't want people to think for themselves. You have come a long way, Bennett sub, since 37,000K. Joe M said it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll tell you what, this year, we made a lot of progress this year. We got a lot done at the homestead this year. I can't even begin to tell you how pleased I am with the progress that we got done this year. It has been fun. And like I said, and because I've changed the way my life is, I've got to spend so much more time with my children as they were growing up here, and now they're young adults. They'll be 18 next month. And so, it's just that part alone for me has been the biggest blessing, because I got to be there, and I didn't miss any events. And so, and I made sure that when something was coming up or Heather had something at school, I made sure that I was able to be there for those different things, because those were important to her, which made them important to me. So, and that's awesome. You know what I mean? And I'm very blessed. I'm going to tell you what, guys, and I will never say I'm not. I am very, very blessed. What are your thoughts on the recent bank liquidity crisis, 105 plus billion in loans from the Federal Reserve? Actually, Jake, I was just talking about that in the first part. If you go back and watch the first half an hour that I did tonight, I went over all that in that one. So I don't want to go over it again, because I don't want them to cut me off here again. But I did talk about that in the first one. So, but yeah, the reason that they call TV programming is because they're programming your children and you to think a certain way. Look at the manipulation, guys. It happens all the time. And it's amazing to me that more people can't see through it. They're just, they want to keep us dumbed down. They want us to be stupid, or they think that we're stupid. And so, I call it the dumbing down of America. And so, but again, the way that we fight that is we think for ourselves. We question everything. Doesn't make you a conspiracy theorist because you question everything. But don't just take what is being fed to you as face value and the truth. Look beyond it, okay? And that's what I encourage you to do. Do the research, check it out yourselves, and see where you're being manipulated. I mean, why? What is the reason? What is the need to put fluoride in our water? Why? Okay, fluoride is not good for you. It's not. It's not a good thing to have. So why are they putting that in the water? Question that. Look it up. See what fluoride does. See what it does to you. Pay attention to those type of things. And that's just one example, okay? Stay Stevenson said, we are truth seekers, not conspiracy theorists. Exactly. And you know what? But of course, anytime you question the mainstream media or what is presented, well, then either you're crazy, you're a conspiracy theorist, or you're fear mongering. It's ridiculous. I used African fluoride free toothpaste. Prepper Drew just said that. That's good. That is good. We have good teeth and brittle bones, Prepper Blakemore said. Yeah, I guess so. My water smells like a swimming pool water right now. Wow, Greg Downing just said that. Yeah, that's just, that's, I'm going to tell you what, I would encourage anybody to get any kind of filtration device works for you. I have a Berkey. I like the Berkey. Even if you're using your tap water out of your sink, run that through that Berkey, guys. It's going to, I would do that absolutely. I have well water, and I run my well water through the Berkey. I probably don't have to, but I do it anyway just for that added protection, and that's the way I do it. So, yeah, yep. Smitty said, I thought chemtrails was a nothing until he sent me the pictures. Yeah, he had sent me some pictures of some stuff that was definitely an anomaly in the sky from what was being put out there. So, and some people are going to go all off on the whole chemtrail thing. You either believe it or you don't. Your choice. That's fine. But I look at my eyes and I see what I see, and I see what normal is and what's not normal. And, normal doesn't stay in the sky in the area and then spread out slowly over hours and hours and hours when other planes go and they have a little trail behind them that disappears almost immediately. So there's a big difference between that. Kyle King says, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't blame you. Like I said, I'm a big believer in questioning everything. Question everything. Don't take anything for face value. Think for yourselves, guys. That's really, really important. JJ says, I can vouch for chemtrails. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've seen it here, guys, and I've done videos on it. I watched 2 different planes at the same height. One had the little short tail with nothing, and the other one had this big thing that was across the sky for miles and miles and miles. So, make your own, make your own decisions on that. I'm not going to tell you you're right or you're wrong. You can think whatever you want to think. That's the beauty of having your own opinion. Isn't that awesome? You can have your own opinion, and people can say whatever they want to say, but you're going to think what you're going to think anyway. So, unfortunately, we cannot trust anyone anymore. Yeah, that's the hard part. That is the absolute hard part. You don't know who's telling you the truth and who's full of crap. That's very, very difficult. And so, like I said, again, I will encourage you all, do your own research. Whatever information I give you, whatever information I share with you, I absolutely encourage you to go do your research and, and look it up for yourselves and really, really go through it. Chlorine kills germs, but if you filter it out, you will be okay. Yeah, Robert Blakemore. That's it. And actually, Robert, I'm glad you're able to join us tonight. I know you were tired last night, and you'd gone to sleep, so you didn't miss anything because it was just a fiasco. And then the best part was, okay, so you guys are going to love this. So the last video I did for the 8th try, and I said, okay, this is it. If this one dies, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to just come back tomorrow and try to do a video tomorrow. It was a 2-minute and 50-second video. As soon as it went up, they demonetized it. Now, they did give it back. They did give it back because in that whole 2 minutes and 50 seconds, I basically said, I can't believe YouTube is doing this. What's going on? But they did give me monetization back, which was just, I was just like, absolutely, just, it was so bizarre yesterday. It was unbelievable. So, let's see. Yeah, the ability to think for ourselves is a lost art. Karen Tomor just said that. You are absolutely right, Karen. People do not think for themselves. I just think it's amazing that people will see something on the internet or on TV or whatever, and they just start to parrot that same thing. Just absolutely parrot that same thing and don't look into it themselves, see if it's BS or if it's truth. They just so here's a great example. Okay, there was an officer-involved shooting, and this is just a great example of this. Okay, and I can't remember what city it was, but this guy hit the back of the police car with his car. Okay, the cop car was stopped. Hit the back of the police car, so the cop had his body camera on, comes out of the car, and as soon as he comes out of the car, this guy was attacking him with a knife. Okay, so the cop happened to be white. The gentleman that attacked him happened to be black, okay? And the cop was like, drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife. And the guy kept coming back and was trying to attack this cop. And the cop shot him. The man ended up dying in the hospital. They were protesting in the streets. Oh, another young black man is killed by the police. This is horrible. He had the reason to live. And why was he killed? And blah, blah, blah. If you watch the video footage, it was 100% the gentleman that attacked the police officer. 100% his fault. He hit the cop car on purpose. He attacked the police officer on purpose. And the police officer still showed some restraint, trying to get him to put the knife down. And then he had to defend himself. And these idiots were out there protesting. I mean, it doesn't get any dumber than that. Every incident is not these vicious, horrible cops just killing people randomly. Everyone is not like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Does it happen? Yes, it does. Okay. But not every time. So I thought that was really, really interesting. Never approach a cop with a knife. That's really good advice, Bill Norwood. I think that's awesome. Yeah, cops presumed guilty until proven innocent. Crazy. Exactly. And it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts that we have gotten to a point where automatically the cop is the bad guy. Not all cops are bad. I mean, there are bad cops out there, just like there's bad nurses out there, just like there's bad doctors out there, just like there's bad dentists out there. There's good and bad in every single profession. It makes it really, really hard when you see footage of police officers doing something bad, okay, and then you're going to label the entire police force as bad. That's just not the way it is. It's just not the way it is. We are in a police state. A lot of the times, yes, Stace, I absolutely agree with you a lot of times. I mean, you have a lot of stuff going on with the police that is definitely not right. But I think that, they have a very difficult job, especially now with people just killing cops and thinking it's okay to kill cops. I'm not, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I don't agree 100% with what a lot of the police officers do. So don't think I'm all pro police. But again, they have a job. They have a job where they put their life on the line every single day. I wouldn't want to have to do that. That's just me. I couldn't deal with what they have to deal with because some of the issues that they have to deal with. You got to remember too something, guys. The police generally on any one of these calls see the worst of people. They see the worst of people on a daily basis. So they become jaded where they look at everybody is that way. Okay. So that's their first initial reaction when they're dealing with the public because that's what they deal with most of the time. So that's just something to think about. So, California law endanger their cops. Yeah, I saw that, Mary Smith. I saw that where they got to ask the shooters to please stop shooting or something like that. They're trying to pass some law. It's ridiculous. You could not pay me enough money to be a cop. Wolfgang just said. And you know what? I've talked to I've dealt with cops. I've seen cops a lot, obviously. And I've said the same thing to them. I would never want your job. I would not want to do your job. What's my take on this whistleblower fiasco? You know what, JJ? I'm like so sick and tired of every time they turn around or trying to get something else on Trump to get Trump out. I'm not a huge Trump fan. I'm not rah-rah Trump, and Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm not that. But he is our president, just like Obama was our president. I did not care for Obama. Okay, I think Obama sent race relations back 20 years, and that's my opinion. You can think otherwise if you want, but he didn't do nothing for black people. I can tell you that right now. Did your lives, okay, any of my black subscribers out there to watch this channel, in the 8 years that Obama was president, did your lives get better because he was president? Absolutely not. I guarantee it didn't happen. Your lives did not get better, okay? And so, the thing is, Trump is the president. They've been trying for 3 years to get him out of there. They're making stuff up. And I'm telling you right now, and I talked about this before, all they're doing is going to guarantee that he gets reelected. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing right now with this nonsense that they're pulling, and they're pulling more crap out of their butt every time. And it's a witch hunt. That's my opinion. I think it's a witch hunt. I think there's a lot of underhanded stuff that goes on. And so Biden's son, with the stuff that was going on with Biden's son, what's up with that? Why is that, and there's a lot of, underhanded stuff happening constantly with these big time politicians that have been in politics forever and a day. I mean, you look at Chuck Schumer, what's he, like 38 years in politics? What's he doing? What's he done to make things better? What's Nancy Pelosi done to make things better? What has, Biden done to make things better? What's Bernie Sanders done to make things better? They don't fix anything. They just want to point fingers and blame everybody else and never deal with issues, and they don't want to work together. They should work together, make our country better. That's my opinion. I think that's how it should be. But, that's just me saying that. Guys, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I definitely would appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon to make sure that you get get notifications as well, so that because like I said, I post every single day. I live stream 3 days a week, and that's not going to change. I'm going to continue to do that. So if the president has term limits, so should Congress. I agree with you, Robert Blakemore. It shouldn't be a lifetime job, and they should. And here's the other problem that I have with Congress and the Senate. Why do they have different health care benefits than the rest of us? Why shouldn't they have the same health care benefits that we have? Why should they be making $174,000 a year? Are they worth that for a job that they're not there all the time doing, and they got this break and that break, and they're off on this trip and that trip? Oh, yeah, and that's all on taxpayers' dime when they go on all these little trips too. So a lot of waste, and they're taking care of nothing. What's being accomplished? What are they taking care of? How are they making our lives, the average citizen, better? How are they making our lives better? They're not. They're bought and paid for by special interest groups and by corporations. You're exactly right. Gypsy Girl just said that, that they're bought by corporations. But yeah, in special interest groups, they're in their pockets. And that happens all the time. And then they owe those special interests, and they have to, if they want to keep getting that campaign money, they better pony it up. I mean, who spends, and I want you to think about this, okay? Who spends $500 million for a job that pays $400,000 a year? Who does that? You look at this money that they will put in for these campaigns and bashing the other person. This person's horrible. Excuse me. That person's horrible, but if you vote for me, I'll make things better, and I'm going to give you everything. Well, somebody's paying for that everything gift, guys. So, it's 435 people control a nation of 330 million people. Yeah, exactly. It's about right. And realistically, those 435 people are controlled by big business. Believe that, because that is the truth. Big business controls everything. So, that's something I want you guys to think about. But let's go back to talking about kids real quick, and then we're going to actually, we're already over, which is fine. I don't care. We're going to go over here a little bit today. But it's like, let's go back to the kids with colleges and forgiveness of student loans, okay? They made the decision to go to college. Nobody forced them to go to college because they made a bad decision on what they majored in college. How is that your fault and my fault, and they should be given a free pass on that and still have that degree? How is that our fault? Because at the end of the day, the taxpayer is going to end up footing that bill. And so the kid that went to trade school and became a plumber and is making a decent living, okay, or the electrician went to trade school and became an electrician, or the kid that went to trade school and became a carpenter, who are making a decent living, because those are jobs where there's always going to be work, okay? Their tax dollars are going to have to pay for that kid that went to that Ivy League school and got a degree in whatever. Like I said, communications was an example I used earlier, instead of a degree in something that is actually going to be, now like engineers, that's a degree where you can make a decent living at, okay? If you go in for the sciences, if you go in for, different, like where my daughter's going to go, she's going for psychology, okay? She has a plan that she wants to work for the FBI as a profiler for the FBI. Well, where she's going to school, RIT has a program where she can work with that and get into that opportunity to do that, so she has a game plan. You got to have a game plan. You got to look at, okay, I'm going to go to college for 4 years or 5 years or whatever it may be, or longer. What is your plan when you get out of college? What opportunities are you going to have for gainful employment? Okay, if you have gone, okay, here's another one. African American Studies. That is absolutely a degree that you can get at college. Now, what are you going to do with that degree when you get out of college? I would like to know. I really want to know, what is that degree? What kind of job that's going to get you when you get out of college? Okay. Tell me what that degree is going to be. Yeah, there's another one. Bill Norwood said political science. Exactly. So, again, these are just, just me talking here. Think what you want. If you want to go and study whatever you want to do, but you got to look beyond what happens once you get out of college, where are you going to go? What kind of job are you going to get afterwards? So, it's very, very interesting. But I don't think they should get bailouts. I absolutely do not think they should get bailouts because they made that decision to go. They made that decision to go into that debt. That is their responsibility. So I'm going to tell you what. I took student loans when I went to school. Okay, when I went back and went to nursing school, I took out student loans. I took it was 10 years to pay those student loans off. So I had to pay so much every month for my student loans, and I paid that every month for 10 years. And guess what? It was a good feeling because I got a job where I could make a decent living and I could take care of my family, and it was well worth it. And I was very, very grateful. Let me just say this. I was very, very grateful to get that student loan to be able to further my education. But I took a career path that I knew was going to be something that I could make a decent living at and make a decent buck and take care of my family. So just think about it. That's all I'm going to say, as far as that goes. So, guys, if you haven't shot me that thumbs up yet, please do so. We're back up there, almost up to 400 people watching again. We were up at 441, I think, for the first half an hour. So, hey, DD, thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate it. I'm lagging, but the government jobs are also funded by the taxpayers. They absolutely are. The taxpayers, guys, at the end of the day, for free whatever that all these politicians are promising, at the end of the day, the American taxpayer is going to end up paying for that. So don't be fooled to think that free is free, because it is absolutely not, Yeah, we certainly don't need any more incompetent officers in our military. That's for sure. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that definitely should not be leading people. So there's no doubt about that. Well, guys, I am going to jump off of here now. Thank you for coming back on a day that I don't normally do a live stream. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate my moderators. They do a fantastic job. So hats off to you guys. You're very much appreciated for keeping the chat clean. I do appreciate that. We had to do this in 2 sections tonight, but it worked out and we got them both in. So that's good. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important to tell the people that we care about and how we feel every single day. And also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you. And I don't know if you guys can hear Abel. He wants to go back out. That's what he does. He comes in and eats, and now he wants to go back out. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off here. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I'll be back on tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Join me then. We'll figure out a topic to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk. We've been all over the place tonight, so it's been awesome. And, if you agree, that's great. If you don't agree, that's also fine. You are entitled to your opinion. I absolutely will always respect other people's opinions, okay? So have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Prepper Nurse One, out for now. What's up, baby? I hear you.